let the resource person answer that. If he rented vehicles with initials HSO.
Oh, that should be the
That's a
preliminary
good question, right? Let him answer that. Please,
Okay,
please
Mr. Chair.
proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm beginning to feel that those interruptions are really necessary if somebody would want that the truth should not be shown.
Mr. Chair, that's a very bad imputation to this representation.
I am
Mr.
not
Chair.
Let's strike,
I am
let's strike
therefore-
off the record the last sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, please proceed, Mr. Deputy Speaker Marcoleta.
May I ask, Mr. Chair, that this representation to be able to continue
Yes, sir.
should not be interrupted?
Yes, I already propounded this to the Honorable. Next time, DS Oaminal, if this is not in a subject of your personal integrity, please do not interrupt. We want to have, if he doesn't mention your name anymore, please do not interrupt because it's not a matter of personal privilege. So we can, like I said, this is like a painting. The painter's always painting, then somebody throws dirt from the back. The painting cannot be finished.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
and also in addition, can we set aside those side comments and
Yes,
just
I
instead
already,
focus on the questions?
already stricken off the record the side comment of
Thank you.
DS
Thank you.
Marcoleta.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, we will proceed uninterrupted as pledged by the Honorable Oaminal.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you.
Question,
10 minutes.
question for, okay na? Question for DPWH. Are you there?
Cesar Hipon Jr., please answer the questions of DS.
Engineer Hipon, please answer this question.
Yes, sir.
Did you authorize the District Engineering Office of the DPWH in Tangub City to implement and eventually supervise the construction of this project on private property?
Actually, sir, I reported to work here in Tangub only last Monday. That was 5 days ago, 7 days ago. And when I came here, the project was already implemented.
Agabe. We will call Carol Abinales, the previous DE, to answer this. Carol
What about,
Abinales.
Mr. Chair, is there anybody from the central office of the DPWH?
I think DE Carol Abinales can answer this because there's nobody from the central office.
Okay.
DE Carol Abinales, please, please be able to answer now, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you authorize the DPWH in Tangub City to implement? Or I think the question is, how did you authorize and why did you authorize the implementation and eventual supervision of the construction of this project in Lam-An on a private property? Why did you allow that?
Sir, Your Honor, actually, sir, we are authorized based on GAA as yung napunta na sa amin yung project, sir.
Sandali. Hindi mo-
Nandiyan na sa GAA, sir, 2019 GAA.
Can you please answer the question? It is very simple. Palitan natin para mas maintindihan mo. Can the DPWH allow the construction of a project on private property not owned, in this particular case, by the city government of Ozamis?
No, sir, but
No,
we have
sir.
an understanding
Thank
with LGU that they will
cannot.
acquire the land.
The answer is no.
Sir.
Ayun.
We have an understanding with the
Ngayon pala,
LGU
no ang
sa
sagot
City,
mo.
sila ang mag-acquire sa site.
If your answer is no, why did you allow the construction, which is now ongoing, in Barangay Lam-An, Ozamis City?
Because, sir, they are on the process of acquiring the land, the site.
If they are in the process of acquiring the land, is it correct for you to have already constructed even before getting the land in the name of the local government? That is the way you execute projects in the DPWH? Kahit wala pa yung titulo, kahit wala pa sa pangalan ng local government, itatayo mo na? Ganun ba yun? Is that the rule?
Sabi nyo, they will provide the land. Basta sabi ng LGU, sir, they will provide the land. So, nakita din namin doon na
Naniwala ka naman na
Ay,
sinabi lang they will provide the land.
Yes.
Kanina pa natin sinasabi na private property ang pinagtayuan mo. Ang sagutin mo ito, dapat ba o tama ba yung ginawa ninyo na ikaw ang nag-implement, sinupervise mo pa? Samantalang wala pa sa pangalan ng city government ang property. Kaya expropriate pa nga lang eh. Why did you do that?
We believe, sir, that they have the ownership now.
Ikaw ang tinatanong ko, pabayaan mo kung ano yung gusto nila. Ikaw, DPWH official.
Oo nga, sir, pero we are closely coordinating with the LGU, sir.
Ano?
We are closely coordinating with the LGU regarding the acquisition of the site.
Alam ko nakikipag-coordinate ka, nakikipag-kutsaba ka nga eh. Hindi lang coordination eh. Tinatanong sa'yo, okay, from representative from Office of the Court Administrator, tama ba yung ginagawa nila na kahit nasa private property pa, in-expropriate pa lang ang mga tao ay kino-question sa korte? Actually, tinayo na yung project. Tama po ba yung proseso na yon, Mr. Representative from OCA?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, in response to that question, first, I hope you understand that I cannot give an opinion regarding a matter that is something that we are not very much involved in, especially with respect to after the issuance of the writ of possession, Your Honor.
Ikaw naman, hindi ka pa naman justice eh. Pag justice ka na, pwede. The reason why you were asked
May I
to
just,
appear, yung opinion mo lang, hindi ka pa naman justice eh.
yeah, Your Honor,
Yes.
okay po. If I will be asked to answer that as a former RTC judge, Your Honor, I think the possession being extended already is up to the implementing agency to now use in order to carry out or implement its project, Your Honor. Like I said earlier, when a writ of possession is issued, title is not immediately transferred to the implementing agency, but with respect to continuing the project, if they have possession of the property, then that's up to them, Your Honor, to implement.
Kaya nga, ang sabi mo kanina, it is not synonymous to ownership. Hindi pa title yun. Kasi
Not
may process
title.
pa, di ba?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
On that basis, sir, in the event that the residents who went to court will win their case because the expropriation was irregular, they did not go to the office of the Solicitor General nor the office of the Government Counsel. Suppose the residents win their case, who will be the owners of the building?
Regarding the expropriation case, Your Honor.
Yes.
Well, Your Honor, like I said,
The
expropriation.
principal is the lot, is the land.
Yes, Your
The
Honor.
improvement of the buildings will be accessory. Under our civil code, accessories follow the principal. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so in the event na nanalo yung mga residents who went to the Supreme Court to appeal this, ang magme-may-ari ng mga building are the private owners, is that not?
Well, I think the status quo will be maintained, Your Honor, if that
Yes,
is the
the
case.
status quo is that the owners are the private owners, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank
But-
you. COA.
COA are in
Where is
Zoom.
the COA? Hindi, COA representative.
Zoom po, nasa Zoom.
Nasa sumpo ba?
Yes, sir.
Is it not a fact, Mr. Cova or Miss Cova representative?
Roland Ray.
Or Ronald,
Roland Ray, please proceed to answer.
is it not the fact that COA will start auditing the project upon payment of mobilization fee or probably on the first billing?
Your Honor, may I pass the floor to our director in Region 10?
Yes, sir.
Bokal,
By
please.
all means, sir. Yes. Yung local auditor po, hindi ba? Mag-i-start kayong
Director
mag-audit.
Vocal, please answer.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
I will answer the question, Your Honor.
Hindi po ba nag-i-start kayong mag-audit pagka kung minsan mobilization payment ay binigay na o kaya sa first billing, tama po ba?
Our audit in the Commission on Audit, Your Honor, is on post-audit basis. So that the payment for mobilization will reach us on post-audit, then that will be the proper time that we will audit the payment.
So hindi kayo nag-audit pagka nagkaroon ng mobilization o kaya first payment.
We will audit, Your Honor, once the voucher will be received by us.
Kaya nga, halimbawa, yung mobilization fee o kaya first billing, babayaran nyo na yung contractor, hindi ba? So, i-audit mo yun, tama?
That is subject to our audit, Your Honor, right? But we have to wait for the vouchers to be submitted to us because there's nothing to be audited if we don't have copy of the voucher, Your
In
Honor.
this particular case, meron ng mobilization fee kasi ongoing na yung project, di ba?
But the vouchers, Your Honor, the corresponding voucher is still with management and we have to wait for management to submit it to us for our post-audit.
Are you telling me, Mr. Auditor, that the first billing or the mobilization payment nandun pa sa pinoprocess pa lang?
There's a reglementary period, Your Honor, wherein they have to submit the voucher for our post-audit.
Hindi ko naintindihan yung sagot mo. Ang tinatanong ko sa'yo, ay yung mobilization fee, ibig mong sabihin, hindi nyo pa na-audit, nag-start na yung project?
Your Honor, if the voucher is already with us, then we're going to audit that. But by this time, Your Honor, I presume that there's already audit done on that payment of
So,
mobilization.
presume mo, you presume na na-audit na. Tama lang, sapagkat
Because there's already partial payment, Your Honor, progress payment already.
kaya nga, ang tinatanong ko lang naman, kapag may partial payment na mobilization, di ba ino-audit nyo naman yung payment?
We will audit that.
Simple eh.
We will audit that, Your Honor. Yes, that's right. But then the voucher should be submitted to us. We
Kaya
cannot
nga,
audit until we can see the voucher, until the voucher is submitted to us. And the answer is yes, we're
di ba
going to audit
pakinggan mo
those
lang yung
payments.
tanong, pakinggan mo lang yung tanong. Kung ano lang yung tinatanong sa'yo, yun ang sagutin mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sa kasong ito, may mobilization payment na dahil nakapag-umpisa na silang magtrabaho. Yung project ongoing na eh. At
Yes,
yung
Your Honor.
assumption mo, meron na, di ba, na mobilization. So
there's-
nag-umpisa na kayong
yes.
mag-audit. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Hindi ba, bago ba ninyo bayaran yung, let's say, bago nyo i-audit ang mobilization, hindi ba nyo tiningnan kung ano yung status ng lupa?
With due respect, Your Honor, it is not COA that will pay, but its management, it's DPWH, the implementing agency that will make the payment, Your Honor.
You mean the COA is not also in a position to check whether the project is regular? For example, yung pagtatayuan ay hindi pa naman sa pangalan ng city government? Pwede na ba sa inyo yon?
Your Honor, under existing regulations, we have the opportunity to check on the legality of the transaction
Post-audit.
on post-audit, and there's a regulation that
Sa makatwid, ang ibig mo sabihin, wala kang pakialam kung saan niya itinayo, kung sa gitna ng dagat niya tinayo, wala kang pakialam. Kung sa bundok niya tinayo, hindi mo pakikialaman. Basta ang importante, matapos yan, post-audit. Ganun ba ibig mo sabihin?
No, Your Honor. We're going to scrutinize the supporting documents, Your Honor.
Masyadong defensive, Mr. Kowa. Tinatanong ka lang naman, alam mo ba na itinayo yan sa private property? O, ang sasabihin mo na naman, kasi post-audit kami. Sa mga katwid, hindi nyo napakialam o hindi nyo na pinakikialaman kung saan itatayo ang project. Tama?
Malalaman namin yan, Your Honor, based on the
Kaya
voucher,
nga.
based on the supporting documents, Your Honor.
Yun na nga eh. So malalaman mo na lang pag tapos na yung project at nalaman mo ngayon na private property pa lang pinagtayuan. Anong gagawin mo?
Not necessarily, Your Honor, na pagkatapos na ng project, but if the contract is submitted to us for our review, then that will give us an idea that there's something wrong in the project.
Ibig mo sabihin, hindi pa kayo binigyan ng kopya ng kontrata kung yung project ay nakatayo sa private land o hindi?
We have already copy of the contract, Your Honor. And
Wala.
our auditors, they're going to review on the legal and auditorial aspects of the contract. And this review of the contract on the legal and auditorial aspect was submitted to us in the regional office. And our usual procedure is to refer it to, because there's a request, once there is a finding of regularity, that the contract is above board, and we're going to...
DS Marcoleta, you have overtime already. Maybe you can wind up with our questions, and the next round you will be given the same opportunity.
Yes, Your Honor, may I continue?
Yes, please.
Once there is already the contract, Your Honor, because it is required under existing regulations of the COA, that the contract should be submitted to us for our review. Within 5 days from perfection of the contract, meaning from the signing of the contract, there's already meeting of the minds, then we are going to review that. But then for this transaction, Your Honor, we beg that considering that our auditors are not knowledgeable in the law, they are not lawyers, they are not even law students or law graduates, that for any defect in the contract, legally speaking, on legal aspect, we could not assure that whatever findings they have are indeed right. That we will know that there are defects in the contract once they are submitted to us. But then because of that provision in the law also that everything done by a public official is considered legal.
Can I cut you now? Kasi ang tanong ko napakasimple lang eh. Ang sabi mo, dahil post-audit kayo, kaya hindi mo pa alam kung may
Sir Chair,
irregularity o hindi.
The chair has already advised the good deputy speaker to wind up, so he should now wind up because he has exceeded his time, Mr. Chair. So he should now wind up as per your order, Mr. Chair.
Reiterate my order to the last question.
Pwede ba, Mr. Chair? Akala ko ba usapan eh, wala nang ganong klaseng mga comments na...
No, this order is from the chair, not from DS Oaminal. This is because we have 5 people on the line. It will revert back to you on the second round.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'm only trying to
Okay.
stop
Last question. Last question. Please answer concise and to the point. Director.
Vocal, Your Honor.
Vocal.
No, COA?
Yes,
Mr.
Your
COA
Honor.
representative, pakinggan mo lang at sagutin mo lang para mag-wind up na ako rito. I will probably resort to a second round here. Ang sabi mo kanina, dahil sa kayo ay post-audit, so hindi mo alam kung private property o hindi. Pero malalaman mo rin yan kapag na-scrutinize ninyo yung mga documents. Hindi ba ganun ang sinabi mo?
Yes, Your Honor, but then not only on
Tama
post-audit.
yun. Ang dami mo kasing sinasabi, tinatanong ko lang ang sagutin mo eh. Kung sakaling malaman mo, sapagkat dumating na yung mga contract sa'yo at pinag-aralan na ninyo, kasi puro ginagawa nyo, naglalagay lang kayo ng billboard sa, hindi nyo naman pala alam eh. Pagkatapos na malaman mo na pinagtayuan pala nila ay private property sapagkat they are in the process of probably titling it in the name of the city government, anong gagawin ng COA kapag ka nalaman niya na private property pala ang pinagtayuan?
Following the rules, Your Honor, we will issue EOM on that, Audit Observation Memorandum, requesting management to explain. And then if their explanations are not satisfactory to us, we're going to issue notice of suspension, giving them another opportunity to further explain the deficiency. And still, if their explanation is not for us valid, then we're going to issue notice of disallowance. And if there's a complaint on that, we have January 30, 2020 memorandum and COA Circular 2020.
Mr. COA, ang tanong ko lang sa iyo, pag nalaman mo na private property pala ang pinagtayuan, anong gagawin ninyo?
Yan na nga, Your Honor, that we are going to issue audit observation memorandum informing management of the defects in the transaction.
Oh,
And afterwards,
anong gagawin mo sa project? Nakatayo na, tinatayo na.
we're going to hear from them, Your Honor, the reasons why those
Anong gagawin mo sa project na nakatayo na? Alam mo, Mr. Chair, the reason why we're hearing this because this is also in aid of legislation. Yan palaging sinasabi ng COA kasi,
Post-audit.
Puro post-audit, ang daming problema. Ano ngayon kung mag-issue ka ng, let's say, observation memo? Ano ngayon kung mag-issue ka ng notice of disallowance? Nandyan na yung project. In the final analysis, how will you dispose the property? Sinong magiging may-ari ng property? Sino magtitira doon? Private property nga ito eh. Ngayon mo lang makikita ngayon sapagkat post-audit ka. This is the problem. I will resort to my second round, Mr. Chair.
Thank you,
Your Honor,
thank you. Thank you, Mr. Director Vocal.